This video will cover locating qualitative research in health science databases. Qualitative research focuses on understanding a concept, often resulting in theory. The goal is to uncover trends or areas of interest that can later be quantified. As a result, the primary means of gathering data are through conversation, usually in the form of an interview, focus group, or even a questionnaire. To find qualitative research in any database, you can do a search for qualitative research as a phrase. To search something as a phrase, you place the term in quotation marks, and doing so locks the database into searching for that exact word combination. And currently we are searching in the CINAHL Ultimate database, and this interface looks the same for any EBSCOhost database that PACE offers. And these tips will work for any of the databases that PACE offers. While searching qualitative research would yield relevant results, searching specifically for that exact phrase may exclude alternative wordings such as qualitative study or qualitative methods. In that case, you can just add what's called a Boolean operator or, and include alternate phrases like qualitative methods or qualitative study. And again, keep those terms in quotes because you want to search for the specific phrase. In the boxes below, you can add more specific terms to your search. So for example, if you wanted to look up studies about community prevention of communicable diseases using qualitative research, we could search for communicable disease and prevention. This search brings back about 50 results, and we can see that in the titles, we can see qualitative research specifically listed. It's also in the subject areas, and it's also in the abstracts. To get a little more information on how they're using qualitative methods, you can read through the abstract to see if they describe their method. And if there is an article that maybe doesn't have qualitative research in the title or the abstract and you want to be doubly sure, you can click on the full text button to look in the article. Once you're inside the article, you can scroll down to the different sections and look for the method section. So in this article, you can see that they conducted semi-structured qualitative interviews with primary care nurses in Canada, and the paper focuses on that interview data. Another method for using keywords to locate qualitative research studies would be to use a search string that includes the different research instruments. So qualitative studies might use questionnaires, surveys, interviews, or case studies in their research. So you can use those as your keywords and then combine them with your more specific search to try to look for articles which are using these particular methods in their research. So we can search. And I can then review these articles, the titles, the journal names, and the abstracts to look at how these particular research methods were used and ensure that they were used to create a qualitative research study. And I can also use the filters at the top or click all filters to open up the larger menu and limit by any way that I need to for my search. If we go back to the search page, CINAHL Ultimate also has a drop-down called Clinical Queries. And if you drop that button down, you can click on the different qualitative search options to locate high sensitivity, high specificity, or best balance articles. And adding that to your query and then clicking search will locate articles that are tagged that way. Similar to what we just did in CINAHL or an EBSCOhost database, I can run that same search in PubMed as well and use the same keywords and phrases that I used and copy them over. In our search results, I can scroll through again and look for qualitative assessments or qualitative study in the titles. I can also look for it in the abstracts. And again, I can click on the title of the article and then click on full text or search for item if I need to dig a little deeper in the full text of the article. If you have any questions about locating types of research, visit the library website and click on the Ask a Librarian button to contact a staff member.